right, good afternoon, everybody. I hereby call the November 7th, 2025 Absentee Board meeting to order. If we stand, please.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. All right, we have an agenda here today. Everybody have an opportunity to review the same. Is there any additions or deletions to the agenda? All right, hearing none, can I have a motion to approve the agenda?
I motion to approve the agenda.
All right, we have a motion. Do I have a second?
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
And nobody opposed. The next item on the agenda is approval of the November 4th, 2025 minutes. We all have a copy there. Are there any additions or deletions to those minutes? Hearing none, may I please have a motion to approve the November 4th, 2025 meeting minutes?
I make a motion that the agenda be approved.
All right, I have a motion. Do I have a second?
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing none, that's unanimous. All right, public comments. Any public comments?
Sure. I'll just take a moment to say thank you to the board and to all the employees and the amazing staff here at Board of Elections. Phenomenal job. Municipalities went off without a hitch, and even though I make mistakes, you guys are amazing. So I appreciate all that you do, and really, I think it's been fantastic. So great job.
Thank you very much. Any other public comments? Hearing none, we'll move along. So the first item of new business is the review and counting of provisional ballots.
Yes, and when a voter presents to vote on election day or at early voting, if there's a question about their eligibility, they are directed to the help desk to cast a provisional ballot. There's an application with the voter's information, the voter's signature. They're given a ballot, and the ballot is sealed in an envelope. It's not inserted in the tabulator. These provisionals come back to our office. We research to determine if the voter is eligible to vote, if they receive the correct ballot. And if so, we'll present those to the board recommended to be approved and counted. Those that we could not confirm their eligibility or they were not eligible, we'll present those as well not to be approved. The ballots remain sealed in the envelope until the board decides, and then we'll open and count them today. The ones that are not approved remain sealed indefinitely till they're disposed of.
All right. So my understanding is we have a total of 120 provisional ballots.
We have 120. The staff have researched and recommend that 92 of those be approved. And you have a report of the different reasons. The first is the registration repair, where the voters didn't have a social or driver's license on file. Those voters were required to vote provisionally. So we had 26 of those. They provided their information. We had to confirm or have it validated first. These all validated and they received the correct ballot. So these 26, along with this stack, for a total of 92, we're recommending to be approved. And I can go into the different reasons and the types of research and everything if you would like to know about that.
I'm assuming with those provisional ballots that you had ID for at the time of the provisional ballot being submitted. It's simply just verifying their residency, their registration, those types of things.
Yeah, there were only 2 that did not have an ID and that neither filled out an exception form. One returned to our office with ID before the deadline of noon today. The other did not. So one will be recommended to be approved. The other will not. We also had voters, 58 voted outside of their precinct. The ones that received the correct ballot and were eligible are in the recommend to be approved. We did have 6 that even though we have the ballot on demand to print the correct ballot for them, if they vote out of precinct, they still receive the wrong ballot style. So
What does that mean?
it means, say they voted at precinct 16, but they were from precinct 1, well, not in this election, but from a different precinct, they should have received the ballot from their precinct, but they were still given the ballot as if they were a resident of that precinct. So they voted the correct contest, but in order for it to count, we have to count votes by precinct, your voter and they're recorded in that precinct. So we duplicated onto the correct ballot style for 6, a bipartisan team. If the board would like to review those, you can. They didn't miss any contest. It was just, and I can show you an example. Just like it's ballot, they were given the Unionville ballot, Unionville Fire Department precinct ballot, where they should have had Porter Ridge ballot. It's the same contest, it's the votes are just recorded in that precinct.
So it's the same, that was what I was gonna ask. It is the same contest, so they're voting for the correct candidates.
Yes,
It's simply showing as the wrong precinct.
yes, they were voted for the correct candidates. And before we had the ballot on demand at the sites, we would have a large stack of partial ballots because they received the wrong ballot style, and then we had to determine what contests they were eligible for. But these received the correct contest, just not the correct precinct number ballot.
When did
basically.
they go to the ballot on demand for those? When did that go into effect?
We moved that for the help desk, Philip, was that 22 maybe?
Might have been the first time. It
Might have
was
been the first
maybe
time.
not even 22, maybe 23.
23.
That's why I don't remember it, because I haven't been in the precinct since, I think, 20.
Yes, we had the new hard equipment, and then we were able to purchase more of the ballot on demand to have one at every election day site.
Cool.
So
Else,
those were the 52.
these were 6 that were duplicated, if the board would like to see those. There were 5 voters that did not live in a municipality, and for no record of registration. There were several that were not registered in Union County, or they registered after the deadline. And those were really the main reasons for this election. Out of precinct is always the big one, and no record of registration. So we're recommending,
When
these,
when you say, the not eligible to vote in current election, that's those ones that, you know.
those were outside of municipality.
Okay.
Yes. Yes. Any questions about that? And you can see, again, the reasons, the provisional, the driver's license, social security, all of those were approved. ID, 1 voter returned with their ID, 1 did not. Incorrect precinct. Those were all approved except those voters that were not eligible to vote. They did not live in the municipality and were eligible to vote in this election. Then we had jurisdiction dispute, which was also a question if they lived inside the city limits or not. Those 4, those were approved. And no record of registration. Again, they were approved, found not to have registered here or registered past the deadline. And we check voter view, voter scan. If a voter attempted to register anytime in the past and say had an incomplete application, we're required to go back to that original attempt and count that person as registered. Also, if they attempted to register at the DMV, we receive all these voters are matched against DMV records. We review the DMV report to see if they attempted to register at the DMV. And we also have to consider felons, if there's a felony conviction, if a voter has been removed due to list maintenance because they were inactive for 2 federal general elections and have been removed, but there's no evidence that they have moved outside the county, then we're required to reactivate that voter and count their registration, count their ballot. We also check, DMV records, other counties in the state to see if that voter's registered in another county, but if they have not, then they're reactivated, basically. If they were just removed for that list maintenance reason. If they moved outside of the county and have not re-registered, it does not count.
Would anybody like to review those ballots?
So did you want to look at the applications, the 6 duplicated, or, what would you like to see? These are not open, there's just an application on the front.
I think the duplicated ones.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you want to split or look at all 6?
I think we can split.
There.
We'll split by person.
Okay. And this is the sheet
Log.
that shows, log.
All right. Even if they're all sealed up, we're not gonna see anything, right?
I'm sorry?
If they're all sealed up, we're not gonna see anything.
Those had to be opened because they were duplicated. So if you want to review the actual to see if the duplication was correct, you can pull those ballots out
Okay.
to confirm that. These are all sealed, but these are the 92 that were recommended to be approved. If you'd just like to see those.
Okay.
Official ballot sealed. And that on the way.
On the application, what does it mean? It's a split precinct.
What split on the precinct?
It says precinct split.
It's on the provisional applications, what he's asking about.
Precinct split, so a precinct might have 4 different ballots.
Yeah,
So a
this is the
split is,
precinct 13 ballots top 8.
yeah,
Okay.
so they might have. That's the split part.
And is there a reason why these are rubber banded together?
I just have that's the driver's license, social security number, registration, repair. I just
Oh,
kept
these are the
those.
registration repair
I
ones?
just kept those together.
Can I return these to you?
Unless you
Yeah,
wanna see one, go ahead.
We'll just throw them all together.
Okay.
So do we have to approve each?
No, you can just approve, we recommend 92 to be approved. And then there's 28 separate motion not to approve because they were not registered or lived outside the municipality. And all of the names should also be, like what Allison, Ms. Powers looking through, the name should also be printed on this report that I gave you, the voter's name.
So there were no ID exception forms? None.
None. Did any member want to see this stack that are not?
The ones that are not approved, yeah. So the reasons why are,
Now, a lot of those notes on the back are from the chief judge or the help desk at the precinct.
mhm.
The notes in the bottom in the gray area are probably staff from research. But the notes that we have
I
are
would love
printed
to
on
see
this
the next
report.
page.
Sure.
Just like on this report for what's approved, it will tell you why it was approved or not approved. For example, the ID, voter did not present ID at Board of Elections before the deadline. Or on this page, not approved, not eligible to vote, not in municipality.
Maybe
So all that information is on this report.
give you this one. We'll give you these facts so that we keep them the same here for you. Those are those.
I do wish people would early vote, more people, when their registration is in doubt.
And if the board's planning on checking them off the report, next time or next election, I could print you a alphabetical list if you were planning on doing that. Just let me know.
Provisionals are in alphabetical. This one's,
They're in alphabetical by reason. You see
Oh,
on
okay.
this report,
Yeah.
it's by reason.
yes, by reason.
Yes, ma'am.
But that works out okay, because they're separated.
So if they're registered in another county, could they have gotten a ballot for that county? Even though they're
If they
residing
had
now?
not moved more than 30 days. Yes. And this is the new law that these have to be, provisionals have to be counted by 5 p.m. on Friday after the election. In the past elections, we had until canvass to approve or deny those and count them by canvass.
So when are we gonna be coming next time around, like 3 o'clock in the morning?
Yeah, we're not sure about that yet because we normally get about 1,000 during even year elections. It depends on what's on the ballot, but in the fall next year, we'll at least have 1,000, I expect. There's a lot of, just like this, no record of registration or voting out of precinct.
That's gonna be fun. Yeah, 3 days.
I think education, should be the focus, Everybody up to speed.
Is that the not approved down there? I don't
Correct.
want them- I don't
Yeah,
wanna
no,
get them
that-
mixed up.
I'm on not approved right here,
Yeah, let me
Okay.
but
I just don't wanna get the stacks mixed up.
sure.
We don't wanna count a ballot that we're not supposed to count.
no, she's got all the approved down there.
And these are all the repairs.
But approved repairs.
Which one of these, same with these?
Yeah, same with those.
So I don't see one of these ballots that are supposedly repaired,
Which one?
the top one.
Maybe it's, there's a chance that Philip or Candace researched it and I missed putting it in there
Okay.
from the stack. I can look through if you want to find it.
But
it may
You don't
be-
want it to be in that.
It may be in there if you want to see the application. I can look for it.
Well, you think it might be in one of these other, these are all the approved, so just, oh, no, there it is right there.
You found it?
Yes, I'll put it in with the others that are repairs. In case you're keeping track of where you are with the repairs. I think it was a good day for that, so. Okay. Keep these separated. With those.
It was a 30-day prior to general election for registration.
25 days is October 11th.
But the really bad thing is if they early vote, they can register and vote the same day. I mean, I remember when I was doing the campaign canvassing, literature stuff, I had quite a few doors where they had recently moved, they hadn't registered, but when they found out they could register an early vote, they were very grateful and off they went. So it is effective, but that's something the parties could think about, is looking at for the recently sold homes. There's a thought. Yeah.
Wait, this one doesn't have the staff notices too.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like
I'm
if
fine.
you look on the report,
It was on the little stub on front. I saw one that had it on the stub on the front. It said, I believe it, on the tape, it either said not registered or,
yeah, we're required to put the notes in the system. It's not a requirement to write them on the envelope.
yeah, I found a few like that.
Page here said Mecklenburg registered.
Have you seen these yet?
No, ma'am.
Pass along the duplicated ones, right? Here's the sheet that goes. with
That's
it.
the duplicated ones are over here.
Get those together.
Allison, do you want to review the not approved, with Mr. Netman? So, we've all, reviewed those not approved, so.
I'm good.
Okay. So may I please have a motion to not approve 28 ballots as presented by staff?
I make a motion that the ballots not be approved.
I have a motion, do I have a second?
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Carried done. Currently not approved. No. All right. We have 92 ballots to approve as presented by staff, and I don't think we've all gone through all 92, but Allison, you've reviewed them, or some of them as well.
Yeah. There's not a lot you can see, so.
Okay. So is there a motion to approve 92 provisional ballots?
I'll make that motion to approve the 92 provisional ballots that have been recommended for approval.
Okay, I have a motion. Do I have a second?
Second.
I have a second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? None. Thank you.
And just to add, the ones that are approved have to be linked to a registered voter. We can't approve or count a ballot that's not someone that's registered. Just a little tidbit.
But these were all.
That's all.
And then it's review.
Okay, we'll have, is it 28? Okay. We'll let the bipartisan team go ahead and open these
Okay.
while we're doing our other business. And those are the ones that are duplicated. You can just leave the original in the envelope.
So pursuant to our agenda, we have reviewed and will be counting the provisional ballots, and we will be counting absentee by mail ballot applications. Next item on business.
So, I've given, y'all that I placed up there on your desk, the upper left-hand corner of most of your desk, there's a sheet of paper I'll walk by and get. Okay, so the reasons are over on the side on your spreadsheet at the front of your desk, there's paper, there you go. In the upper right-hand corner, all of them have a reason of why they're on the not approved list. I'm not presenting any for approval today. These are for disapproval. They came in by the date that was required by the state. The reason is out next to it. So if the date's in there, it says 6, that's the date we received you on the far right, if y'all see that. Ballot received after deadline, received after deadline, late, no ID. No ID, no ID. If it says no ID, we also contacted these people several times every day and tried to get them to bring the ID or to either have them bring us the ID, fill out the form, or to print them an ID here at the office, because if they're a registered voter, they can't get the from our office for voting purposes. So this is the 10 that I have here in the stack and the reasons that they are being presented for. So just so the board knows that. You're welcome to look at this, but the reasons are on the spreadsheet as well. So anything that came in past election day, we can't take it because that was the cutoff,
It's gonna be in by what time on election?
7:30 p.m. So if we get any, you will call us. That's the only thing that's gonna be able to be approved for next week. This is a change in this rule where we can take it. In the past, we had that they could bring them in or have them come by mail. That's changed. That's had to be in by 7:30 p.m. If they were missing an ID, they could bring it in today by noon, just like the provisionals. of those, if they were missing the ID, we continuously contacted them and we did that. So we got no yellow forms, no exception forms. Depending on what the reasoning was. So there could be some in it that came in today and have their ID, but they missed the cutoff date.
Anybody like to review those ballots?
Well, there's 3 with no,
Got the data. See, it says 11/6, that's the date that it came in. Yes, ma'am.
So is there a motion to not approve and spoil the absentee ballots either received after the deadline or no ID provided?
I make a motion that the ballot approved.
I have a motion, do I have a second? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Thank you.
They'll just be put in the box with everything else. Actually, I'm gonna have y'all, if you wanna go ahead and pass down your sheet, Ms. Williams, and we'll get one of those sheets signed, and I'll put it with the group. You could potentially receive some next week.
Okay. So there is one more item on for new business, and that is the voter change. Due to my understanding of the way but the voter had passed away before election day.
Yes, the voter voted early on October 24th and passed away on October 26th. And we receive a report monthly from the Department of Health and Human Services of deceased voters that are registered in our county. So that's the information that made us aware of this, and it's one of the accepted records of evidence that the board can use to. So for this case, we're asking that the board vote to challenge this voter. So if that's approved, I gave you a copy of the letter that will be mailed to that address. If there's an error, possibly, the person has an opportunity to be heard at a hearing. And then at that time, we decide if the challenge is sustained, then we have an early voting ballot. We can pull that ballot and remove those votes from the count before we certify the results of canvass.
How long does the voter have to challenge and the voter's not actually deceased, which I do hear happens more often now? How long do they have to challenge?
No, they had, they'll get a notice, the board will have a hearing at canvass, 11 o'clock next Friday.
Mhm.
So they're notified to appear at that hearing that the board will have.
Okay.
So do I have a motion to challenge the ballot of the voter, which is listed on this sheet provided and highlighted, based upon notification from DHHS regarding the voter being deceased? Do I have a motion to approve the challenge?
So moved.
I have a motion, do I have a second? I have a motion and a second, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All right.
Okay, and once they've opened the provisional ballots, then we'll go into the recording, upload those results.
Transform the word for notice. Interesting. And I know we're waiting for it to open, but maybe just to skip a little bit ahead here. And we can always come back to the general discussion. But, I know that we are looking to also possibly discuss the payment plan at the Canvas meeting. So, is that something that we all want to do, is discuss it at that time? That would eliminate the December meeting? Otherwise, we have to discuss the payment plan at the December meeting. I don't care either way how the board wants to do it, but that's our option.
The regular, we have a meeting also at 9 o'clock before Canvas. The board could discuss that time on the 14th. December meeting is scheduled for December 9th.
Are we talking about the early voting schedule for primaries? Is what we've got to make a decision on.
Right, so that decision has to be made by the 9th of December.
They set the deadline for the 5th, but, gave us a hard deadline of near the end of candidate filing. I apologize, I'm not certain if it's the 18th or the 19th of December.
Okay, so, we have basically two, meetings available to at least have that discussion and then the vote. Maybe we have a discussion at the 9 o'clock meeting of November 14th, and then proceed towards a vote on the 9th. If you want to do that, or we can just, if we're all in agreement at the 14th, we can approve it at that point, but, what's the pleasure of the board?
I think we definitely discuss it on the 9th, or excuse me, our next meeting, which
It's
is
the 14th.
the 14th, yes,
Yes, ma'am.
yes.
And then at that point in time, we can make a decision as to whether we would like to vote on the plan at that point. But maybe just have staff be prepared for that for the 14th if possible.
And correct me if I'm wrong, this is the one where you said if we are not in agreement, then the minority has to go to the state and make their case.
Both sides.
Both sides.
Both sides. Like an actual in-person, attend a meeting to present their case. Yay.
And clearly, we still need to reseat a board member that we hope to have reseated by.
I spoke with general counsel yesterday, and I was informed that every appointed member of the board is required to be at Canvas. If we don't have a full board, we can still canvas with this board. So and they said that most likely the state board would not meet again until the state canvas, so we would not have a fifth member appointed before that time, at least.
The state canvas.
I'm sorry?
When will state canvas
It's like the 24th, I believe,
of this month?
after county canvas.
So that kind of puts it in a position where if we're gonna discuss the plan for early voting, then we come to a 2-2, what happens then?
If it has to be unanimous, if it's not unanimous, it goes to the state board and they decide.
One way or the other?
It
Okay,
can be, if it's not 4-0,
right, it could be
it goes to the.
3-1 and still go to the state.
That's right.
And then do I get to appoint the people that go to? That's the draw.
Really?
Okay, so just kind of keep that in mind, everybody.
It's a long drive.
All right, we'll go back and count.
You know, um,
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. Welcome, welcome to the recording room. Welcome, welcome. Oh, yes.
I'm coming.
All right.
Oh, look, I didn't bring my pen. Good thing there's a bunch on the table.
What's on the table?
How old are all your other children?
My real ones?
Yeah.
Let's see. 17. No, wait, 16, it's getting ready to be 17. So I got one that's getting ready to be 17, one's gonna be 20, and one that's 22. On the way to 23. Yeah, I had them young so I could still walk when they were out. I could walk. I'm kidding.
Well, you got lots of experience.
That's all right. All right.
I said, we don't have to store these.
Sorry.
We don't have to do the fancy box and all that.
Yes, we do. I walked in without my box. Maybe Kristen can bring it to us with my seal. But maybe she can't hear me. I don't think they can hear me. My black box with the seal.
Usually they can hear.
Yeah, she can hear me. I'm
She's
probably
just
yelling.
choosing not to.
Pink tap, pink seal. She's trying to give me some room. It's in the red, under my notebook. Maybe I should just come out. Never mind. Okay, he's got the 2 0 sheets for y'all to sign. And-
Sandra, how are you today?
Yes, good, yourself.
Good.
All right, here's the box. And it says provisional because they get all the box. It'll be full next year. Yes, here's the tag. So if you'll go ahead and call out that safety tag.
Okay, here's the tag number for the provisional box. 1, 2, 4, 1, 2, 9.
Okay, and if you'll repeat that one time for me.
1, 2, 4, 1, 2, 9.
Perfect, he's got it. Okey dokey. And y'all
That's
sign the
good
zero.
bingo.
I know, I was tempted to say bingo, but
Oh, and it's empty. Allison sees it.
Yes.
I'm thinking I need an ice cream. I'm craving ice cream. I need a hot fudge sundae. Where's the best place to go that's real close by after we finish?
Brewster's.
I prefer Bruce's. I was gonna say that, I just wouldn't say it's real close. But if you're gonna do it, you might as well go get the good stuff.
I was wondering about high octane over the coffee shop. The coffee shop says they have ice cream.
They probably do, but I still like my Brewster's, so.
I like Brewster's too, but I hate going through that section of the town.
Shoot up,
I had them all.
Charlotte and Concord.
Ready.
Yeah, right over there, yeah, cut through the mall.
If I go up there, I might have to go, is Phelps still open?
It is, yes.
I might have to go to Phelps. If I have to
There
go up,
people say, you won't miss much. Like those colors.
and then there's, what's the other place there where roses.
Yeah, roses. You can easily get in trouble in roses, pick it up, so. Y'all see some new buyers, new styles.
Are they bad? I haven't been into a Phelps in a
Last time
long
I
time.
walked through it, I didn't even shop.
You know,
Like Christmas curtains.
my sister went out a couple weeks ago. She had no budget and she was looking for dresses. She shows dogs, okay? She had no budget and went 6 different places. And She was like, no, nothing,
Say
there is absolutely nothing
Those
What
are
are they?
ballots.
that is fit for a woman over 40 to wear.
Put this in,
That's what I say, that's what
Hold that one out for the notes, and you get ready to sign another one? and we'll see what it says.
You want
So I have
to
the tab.
stores.
If you really want to, go to Belk's, you gotta go to South Park.
Lucky number
No.
92. Bingo.
I'm not going to Charlotte for anything.
Well, I mean,
I
good sushi up there. Some days have some crime problems, but we had some here in Monroe too.
And it's not the crime, I don't like the traffic. I actually lived near South Park in my 20s.
It has probably been at least 10 years, probably 15 years since I've been in the mall or the department store.
I actually drove Fairview Road before it was ever open. When Fairview Road was under construction, I drove on it. Cause I had a crazy friend and I drove on I-77 when it was under construction. Over near Tybola. I don't go to Charlotte now. There's a reason I moved out of Charlotte.
I don't either unless I have to, my ear doctor has offices up there.
The corner was turned up on the bottom. Yes,
Not
so
the
it
shop.
wouldn't let it run through. And actually, I can show you the corner if you like.
No.
Okay.
I understand how that goes.
Yeah, so
I was wondering,
ask them why there was one right here, where it says 91. If the corners are flipped up on them whenever they're put in there, the machine's like, nope. So that's what happened. It was,
Big machine,
it is, yeah, but
but that's a good thing.
that's right. Okay, we're gonna close her up. You gonna seal her?
Yep.
Alright. Give you this.
Oh, I guess I'm gonna go to
They
Bruce.
call it dog eared. That's what they call it, isn't it? Dog ear? Yeah. I want a dog ears. Or folds in half.
There you
And if anybody remembers, one year we had to come back and redo everything. Miss Williams, you remember that? And there was one folded in half. And I'm like,
Oh,
it's like, oh my gosh, because you have to like
Yeah.
stack them up, make them real pretty. And there was one folded in half. And I was like, oh, I'm gonna just fall on the floor. It's like not folded in half. It's because in the boxes, they don't rubber band them or anything. So they come in these, the boxes are wider, they're the gray bags.
Yeah,
And so if you're short or you can't hold it up high or whatever is hitting you in the leg, and then they just flip and then unfold them. So when you pull them out, they're not all pretty.
that's the ones that go straight from the tabulator into
Yes.
the bag.
Mhm.
Okay, the
Yes,
gray
ma'am.
bag, okay.
Yep. And so sometimes when in transport, they'll get mushed. Or,
Wow,
the bag falls over because they didn't put the legs in right or whatever. So,
gotcha,
so yeah,
understand.
dog ears and folds are not a happy place for the machine.
Are we through?
Not yet, we're just waiting on him.
You gotta load them up to the system.
Yes.
go. Get the final,
She's ready for the ice cream.
well, it's not the final, because we got next week.
I want ice cream all week and I just haven't been any place. And I did go to the grocery store and I looked, I thought about getting all the stuff myself and I was just like, no, that's not
What
what.
about Dairy Queen?
Grocery store have ice, what, have you ever tried Blue Bonnet? It's good. I like that, and the, ice cream sandwiches fine. I'm trying to think of the company with the bear on it or whatever.
I like a hot
Klondike.
fudge brownie sundae with
Klondike.
bananas.
Yeah, Klondike,
Klondike.
yeah,
With the bear.
yeah.
I want a hot fudge brownie banana with,
I want
Oh, that's
banana pudding,
extra.
but I'm
That's
trying
not just
to
a
make
regular,
one.
that's a,
I want the big deal.
you got a $20 ice cream.
Yeah, I deserve it, I'm worth it.
So for the canvas, what's gonna be left to count? A few,
The challenge,
challenge,
if there's any,
Yucavas.
and we're trying to balance the precincts now. We'll have those balanced. I know there's one ballot that the voter decided they didn't want to vote, so the chief judge spoiled the ballot instead of casting the ballot, and they don't know who it was, so we'll have to count a blank ballot and add that to get, so that voter will have voter history. individual ballots at that precinct. So little things like that. And it will be great to report, on all the precincts.
You said the voter changed their mind, decided they didn't want to vote. That's, I heard that correctly.
Yes. Yeah,
So-
and sometimes like a ballot, if there's not a lot of choices on the ballot or candidates are unopposed, it's like, I don't want to do it.
How
That
did
does
one get
happen.
dead that's not dead? How did the
Sorry?
voter get dead that's not dead?
He early voted on one day and then 2 days later went to glory.
That's
Yeah,
the way
so you
after
do
we
it-
voted.
You vote today and then in 2 days you
Yeah.
cross over.
Early.
Oh, no, I'm thinking deceased dead, yeah, okay.
Yeah, he crossed over to
Yeah.
the,
Okay,
in the glory, yeah.
but
Did you
now,
say early
okay.
voted?
He early voted, mhm,
I got you.
and then later he decided to go
He
home.
probably was
Oh,
hoping that he
Jesus.
was gonna make it.
Could have.
That's exactly where I was sitting
Oh, I
here
was gonna make it
thinking.
to
He
election
was
day.
probably hoping his vote was gonna
That's
count,
sad.
he was gonna last long
That's why
enough.
if I early vote and I die, I tell my kids, don't report me dead until after election.
You have to do it out of state.
Yeah, he was beating the
But it's a
polls.
statewide.
Just put a whole bunch of air fresheners around me and just wait till election day.
I had a couple weeks ago, I was here and a friend of mine messaged me and said that she's a real estate agent and she's got a listing out this way. She said something, but she lives at the coast. She said her appraiser and her photographer had both told her there was a stray dog at this house she's got listed. Nobody could figure out where the dog, she asked me to go by and feed it, and of course I did because I'm a sucker, right? So it turned out that there was an old guy next door to the house who had a dog. He had died and nobody had found him for like 6 weeks.
Mm.
Wow.
That happens in real life.
I think that happened somewhere in South Carolina too, a few years.
This
back,
was
couple
out
years
near,
back.
this was out near
Yeah.
Jars.
Mhm.
I mean, can you imagine? So anyhow, we finally figured out it was the old guy who died and nobody ever found his dog.
That's really sad.
Mhm.
And then why did the mailman not notice?
Because, it's on it was like on a 10-acre lot.
I know, but still, the mailman comes every day.
Well, if you have
Absolutely.
auto draft and you have everything delivered through your email and you don't receive mail at your house, so.
You don't really wanna know how often I check my mail. I check my mail when I think the box is so full she can't put anything else in it. I mean, I don't, yeah. I pay everything online, so.
Yeah, I mean, we do
Yeah,
too,
but
but there's
sometimes
still
you-
always that stray
Somebody
Mhm.
something, that you have to
Yes.
do.
You don't know what came in my yard this morning.
What?
You all talked the
Yeah.
animals up. At 6:30 this
Oh,
morning,
no,
a white rooster came behind my bedroom and stood there and crowed for about 5 minutes.
it would
And
be
I
lunch.
don't know who that rooster belongs to. And he just walked on away when he finished. And I'm like, a white rooster? This time
I
of
jinxed
morning?
you when I talked about my rooster crowing in the middle
I
of the
thought
night.
like you, I said, is it hers? It was weird, I never seen it before, I used to hear one in the neighborhood
Is that
somewhere,
an
but
unusual color combination for a rooster? I always thought they were like,
I
No.
did too, but this was white. I got it
No,
on
it
my
depends
ring.
on the breed.
I can show it to you.
It depends.
Yeah.
And as a matter of fact, the most of the chickens in the chicken houses around here, what happens sometimes, okay, is they come to collect everybody up to haul them off for,
Well, he
right
must
beyond.
realize he was at the wrong house.
And they will escape from the truck sometimes.
Oh,
Something
okay.
goes
Door's
wrong.
not locked on the cage or something.
Yeah.
They just want you to feed
Yeah.
them.
I mean, I was like, what are you doing here? He just stood
He might
there.
be back tomorrow. He might be back in the middle of the night to wake you up,
I hope not.
stir your doggy up.
Between him and the deer that ran across in front of me coming here and the pit bull that wanted to attack me in Publix because they got a big sign up, no animals. And this guy was in there with one. I mean, he looked ferocious. And I'm looking around as to where I could jump because it was in the meat, so wherever Sandra was going. and he yanked him, and pulled him back and stuff, but still, I'm getting ready to go check out, and I was looking for this dog, because I was not going, I looked in the line, and there he is in a line with the dog behind him, laying on the floor. Somebody else coming there, somebody's little child, you gotta react. When that dog pulled him, they don't have control. Those dogs are big. They're just like Tom Brady had his cloned, and the other actress. Did you see that? Yes, he had his dog cloned, $60,000. And this other actress, she got 3 of the hugest pit bulls she had cloned. Big gold chains around their necks and stuff. That's how these ones look that I saw. I saw my neighbor with one the other day, and I didn't know in the neighborhood, the dog pulled him so bad. I think he was embarrassed that I saw it. But I looked at it and I just waited. Because the dog, if somebody was walking, that show you he wouldn't have had control over it. Because the dog was pulling him. I said, they need to
And
leave
those
them
big
animals.
dogs, I mean, if you don't have them, trained, it's not.
Yeah, but they are stronger than the owners, because they are muscular animals. Yeah.
Yeah, they are. But the buck, where were you when the buck crossed in front of you?
Coming here out of my subdivision.
Between here and
Uh-huh. Yeah. It's right down there, off of 200. I told my grandson, he said, yeah, you see him in my yard sometimes.
I don't see too many during the day.
Yeah, this is their time of year, so they make
Oh, yeah.
season and stuff.
I keep my eye out for them. We used to live in Ohio and they had so many
Yeah.
deer.
I had 7 come across in front of me last year on Dickerson. And I waited when I saw that first one. I always wait till I got
There's
hit
always
by
another.
2, and the other caller couldn't understand why I was sitting there until they realized that it was one behind the other. And I said, ooh, how many more? I counted 7. And I waited right before below that school. So it's like after that, no more came. I said,
you know what, if they're doing that, if you got some on one side and some on the other side, if you will blow your horn, they'll turn around and go the other way.
I didn't want to do that. It was 7 of them. I don't want to scare them.
I've figured that out. You're sitting there waiting and they're looking, and it's like, okay, yeah, blow the horn, they'll turn around, they'll run back the other way till you can get through. Usually.
I don't want to get hurt.
Well, you don't want to hit it. 'Cause
Yeah.
That could be the end of your car.
I was hit by one, drove a truck up in front, down in South Carolina, with my grandson getting stranded at night, me and Bella down there trying to find him. I was like, okay, Richburg, where's Richburg? And guess what? He's on the side of 77. I was like, what?
I hate doing that. I hate it when you gotta go rescue somebody
Yeah.
on the side of the interstate at night, especially if it's raining.
It wasn't raining, he just gave me poor directions, and I was like, boy, why you
Or,
just didn't say he was on the
dark.
side of 77? It was coming out of South Carolina. I said, goodness. This is their season, and but that one today, that was a pretty one. It was very pretty. I knew to wait. I was looking for some more, and then I called. He told me, he said, Grandma, they be in the yard at night. And he said, I've seen them. I said, okay, that's why Bella be barking sometime. Okay.
I think too, with all they're doing so much clear cutting.
Yeah.
I think they're
Yeah.
trying to figure out where they
Because
belong.
they don't have anywhere to go now.
Yeah.
Got 2 huge subdivisions coming up between Dickerson and Food Line area and Union Academy. They've already put houses in that one across from Union Academy. And then you got another one further down.
They are running water lines.
Yeah.
I told somebody, I always thought that the development out where I am would come from Waxhaw, okay? But I was from that area, but I was very, very wrong. It's actually coming from Monroe.
Or the
They-
Catawba River Basin.
They are putting water lines in right now at the corner of Old Waxhaw Monroe Road and Potter Road. Water and hydrants. Mhm.
Yeah, they're running electrical lines and everything there. But they got subdivisions down 200 now that they have built too.
Yeah, I see those.
change.
Yep, down just below Mineral Springs, they are putting in city water. I can't believe that.
See, that's why the girl was saying they telling her she's in Monroe now because of those changes. But my water come from Catawba. It doesn't come out of Monroe. It comes out of Catawba, different area.
Mine comes out well.
Mine comes out of the faucet.
No, as a matter of fact, I don't.
Whichever I prefer.
There are a lot of sediments, that's why I asked.
Should come out in the well pump, I think blocks most of that. And then there's another tank you have and it'll catch the
Yeah,
sediment.
my girlfriend had a filter put on theirs.
Yeah.
Because so much sediment
Mhm.
stuff that red clay, even if you look in your refrigerator line, I have a filter on mine too, but you look at that water line, it has that reddish in it, that is coming through there. Don't know what you're drinking. So I keep a pot of kettle water boiled on the stove for different things, coffee and stuff that I wanna fix.
I'm thinking about my ice cream. I'm thinking about my Sunday.
Well, I found out on Wednesday, talked to my son that's living up in South Dakota. So, what do you got planned for tomorrow? I'm going hunting. I'm like, you're going hunting?
New to you, Dad.
New to all of it, like, I'm like,
Who's he going with?
who are you going with?
Yeah.
My buddies. I'm like, oh jeez.
Oh.
So all day yesterday on that Life 360, I'm walking in the middle of nowhere in South Dakota pheasant hunting. He said he got one shot off and missed. I said, oh, good.
Oh, wasn't that?
Oh, so it's not
Yeah.
local?
Mm-mm.
No, it's out somewhere
Yeah,
else.
I mean, that's even worse. It's like
What are they, deer hunting, turkey, or?
pheasant.
Oh, okay.
So I don't know if this buddy had an extra gun. The buddy's from Alaska, so
Okay.
Probably got more than one extra.
yeah, exactly. I don't know. Well, I was nervous as hell all day yesterday.
I can imagine, yeah.
Better buy him a.
Didn't want a whole Dick Cheney incident going on while they were hunting.
I wasn't gonna say that. I'm pretty sure that when that happened, they were hunting pheasant, or duck or something some birds you
Some
watch.
bird, yeah, it was some bird.
I wasn't gonna say that out of respect for the man, but since you brought it up.
Well,
Mm,
now he's on his way to St. Louis,
An orange hat.
right?
Well, see, if Chris was there, he could make sure he had on the orange hat and the orange vest and all the stuff he should
Exactly.
have, but how old is he?
17.
Oh, good. That's just what you want, is your 17-year-old out there with a bunch of other 17 and 18 year olds.
Exactly.
He went out in camo then.
I have no idea what he was wearing. I'm sure he got some outfit from one of his buddies to make it all hunting-like, I suppose.
No selfies?
Well, he probably did, but he doesn't send them to me.
They've been dove hunting out where I live.
I'm just waiting on it to post. It's just taking a while.
Yeah, they've been dove hunting out my way, and apparently now they're deer hunting.
The dove hunting season seems like it doesn't last very long.
I don't think it does.
And it's like in October or something.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't realize there's two different deer seasons, well, actually like three.
Almost that.
There's a buck season and doe season, there's also a,
Oh.
bow and arrow, yeah.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Oh, yeah,
Shoot them with a
they're
gun or
separate.
shoot them with an arrow.
Just waiting on it to post to the state's website, it's taking a little while, so.
I tried to send an email with an attachment today, and it took me 3 tries.
Yeah.
Feel it. Did you want to sign that says beneficial?
What's that?
Her papers are unofficial that she signed.
That's fine.
Okay.
We got something there. I figured that one, so that's doubles. Okay.
I don't know, for whatever reason, it was just running really slow.
It working.
So these are like,
Yeah.
I don't know if you've ever seen where it talks about solar flares, it affects GPSs and internet, just so you know.
Mhm.
Have we had solar flares today?
Solar, I don't know, I haven't been on the internet playing, but, sending anything. But, I went somewhere one time and my GPS was not actually twice, it was not working. One was to the zoo and one was to Georgia for, a meeting. And I'm like, I don't know how to get this place in Georgia. And it showed the car over in the field on the GPS and I was like, this is not right, I'm just gonna keep straight.
You know what? I still keep paper maps in my
Yeah, you
glove
never know.
compartment. And after Helene last year, I got both my kids really good, US road maps, or road atlases,
Yeah,
so,
big ones like that. Those are
Yeah.
Nice,
yeah, so that,
backup.
Mm-hmm.
just in case.
Yeah. Okay, let's see, we got.
Now somebody has to sign that.
Yeah, I was just seeing this one, she already did that one. Just making sure we got the floor. No, you're fine. Just making sure we don't miss a page.
Yeah, we can't, none of us know how to go anywhere without GPS anymore.
Oh, yeah.
I used to see where the cops are.
Yeah. It will tell you, yeah. Sometimes like Google have taken me and tell me it's so far, you have to walk the rest of the way,
Mhm.
doesn't have it at home. Can't pick up anything else.
It's just 2 for today, right? And then the other will be on next Friday?
Yeah, that's just
Okay.
unofficial. That's
That's
just
what I
what we
was
did
thinking.
today.
Okay,
The official stuff will be next week.
next week.
Okay.
Okay, so then you'll sign some more. You'll actually have a lot more to sign next week because you'll have your extra papers for early voting and absentee mail plus this, and we're ready to go back out.
All right.
Yeah.
No, wait for you to leave with the box. All right.
All right. We're done counting the votes. The provisionals are uploaded. We're on to any further general discussion. For the good of the order. Hearing none, may I have a motion to adjourn until next Friday, the 14th at 9 a.m.
I motion we adjourn.
All right, do I have a second?
So,
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Thank you.
thank you very much. See y'all next week.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.